Dear friends, welcome to another video of Fathoming Mind. In today's video, we are going to discuss about self and personality. So we have often heard about the term called self. What is this self? Self is the thing that defines a person's complete perspective. Okay, his opinion about life and his all attitudes and all the perspectives he has about his life. It is deriving from his self. And it is the self that is giving a person individuality. So if we understand the self, we can understand self in two different perspectives. We can see European perspective of self and also Indian perspective of self. In the European perspective of self, the individual self is understood as is separate from the society. So it is the individual self. And when we come into the Indian terms, self is understood in the inside the society, that is the collective self. So whether it is a individual self or collective self, it is all the more as or defined as a self. It's only the cultural difference between the European culture and Indian culture they are saying. So in the Indian culture, we know that the family is given a lot of importance. Those who are living in the family, and the family has a lot of influence over the individual. That is why it is known as a collective self. So here the individual is inside a circle, and this circle is made up by the neighbors, family, traditions, customs, and all other things. But when we see in the European culture, we can see that the self is the separate from the society. The society has no power over the self. Self is understood as an individual entity, and he or she has his own way of performance or the level of performance. So anyway, we are going to understand what is this self. So self in the, we can understand also in the Indian spirituality, spiritual understanding of self, that is also there. And we know that when we can more see about the psychological perspective of self. So here we understood that the self is there, and the self has got different dimensions. So when we see the self in the family, we can know it as a familial self. The self, the me, is always in contact with the society or with the people and things like that. I can live alone as well as I can also live with the society, as man is a social being. So when I am interacting with the society, society has got some opinion about me that defines my social self. Some people may call me timid, some people may call me very social, some people may call me cruel, some people may call me very calm and quiet. So these are some opinions of the people about myself. So it is known as a social or a family self. So while the individual self is the self with which we define ourselves, whether I am a industrious person or an energetic person or lethargic person. So these all are some definitions I give to my individual self. So there is a social self as well as there is also individual self, and we have seen also there is a European self and also the Indian self. So this self helps us, the self helps us to perform our everyday activities in a different perspective. So others also form certain kind of impression about this self. We also form some impressions about this self. So this self, what is this self? What is this self always defines all our ambitions, our personality and our dreams and aspirations and all things in our life. So self is very much important in our life. Or when we meditate or when we pray, we get more in understanding, more light into ourself. Another thing is that we have got also a personality which is also distinct from others. So our personality may not be had by the other person. Other person has got his own personality shaped by his own experiences, because our experiences are individual. We have different experiences. That is why often we behave differently in certain situations. So this is making us individuals. We are different from the other person, and our abilities are different, and our tastes are different, interests are different, and all things are different. It is because we have got some personality, and we have got also some personal values which are always stable. So these all things together refer to some stable characteristics of a person which define one's whole personality. It is through the personality we can predict that how a person will behave in a particular situation. If a person is an extrovert, he is very talkative and very friendly with other, but introvert will be behaving in a different way. So these all are the defining our personality, and we are able to whether we are extrovert or introvert, we have got our own type of way of behaving or typical way of behaving in the society. So this self and personality is defining our individual self, and it is giving a lot of energy for us to function as individuals. So is there any possibility of change of our personality? Can we change our personality into something of a different one? So it is not possible to change our personality like like that of a Mahatma Gandhi or Abdul Kalam or something like that, but we can change our personality in our own unique way. So Abdul Kalam is not Mahatma Gandhi, or Mahatma Gandhi is not Nelson Mandela. All of these people have got their own distinctive features of personality, even though all of them have. So in all of them we can see some different features which is making unique them from the other person, but they all are contributing to the well-being of the humanity. So in our own way we can also make our personality distinct, because when we have a special awareness, or when we have a self-awareness about our own abilities, talents, and also our own individuality and personal values. So when we cultivate our own personal values and individuality, talents and abilities on our own, that helps us to become an individual of ourselves, to own the one's own self, and to act oneself, and to contribute in one's own way to the society, which may not be appealing to many, but it is appealing to the self and to the conscience. And if it is appealing to the self and conscious, and we are authentic, means we are sure about our personality, and we can cultivate our personal values even if others agree or disagree. Thank you, dear friends.